As a screenwriter, you're always striving to create something that resonates with your audience, something that makes them feel, think, and reflect on their own lives. And that's what Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio did for me. So how can you write a script that has a profound impact on your audience? Well, it all starts with understanding your story's theme. In this video, you'll discover what a theme is in screenwriting, how to integrate it in your world building, characters, structure, and motifs, so that you can use it to elevate your storytelling. Watch until the end because I'll leave you with 3 questions that can kickstart your journey to crafting a meaningful story. So let's grab a cioccolata and journey along with Geppetto and Pinocchio to discover how the theme of disobedience permeates throughout the film. Andiamo! A common mistake you can make as a writer is to think about your theme as something vague, like death, fatherhood, or war. But that is not enough. Your narrative theme is the central message of your story, a philosophical statement, a question that the film seeks to answer, or a moral your character learns. Your theme is the core, the heart, the emotional or spiritual force that drives the story. A story that lacks a theme feels like a story that lacks purpose. A true theme is not a word, but a sentence. One clear, coherent sentence that expresses a story's irreducible meaning. Another common mistake is to think that your theme needs to be original. It doesn't. It needs to be true, something that you believe deeply in and that moves you. For example, what makes life an adventure is spending it with our loved ones. Or, all you need to be a hero is to believe in yourself. Or even something as simple as don't judge a book by its cover. By the way, if you're new here, I'm screenwriter Pietro Schito, and this is Write for Animation, where you learn how to be a professional animation storyteller. Stay tuned for our exclusive interview with Guillermo del Toro and Patrick McHale on Pinocchio. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss it.
Oh boy!
Pinocchio is set during one of the darkest periods in my home country, Italy, the rise of Mussolini's dictatorship and the war, in a society where everybody obeys except the puppet. While there are multiple themes in Pinocchio, the narrative theme that drives the plot is disobedience. Disobedience as a virtue. In other words, being true to yourself holds greater value than fitting in.
Obey?
Do as you're told!
But I don't want to obey!
You see, your theme creates 2 opposing views. The fight between these 2 is your story. Pinocchio embodies being true to oneself, and every character that enforces rules and expectations on him symbolizes the opposition. Geppetto,
Why can't you be more like Carlo?
Sebastian,
No, Pinocchio, don't do this!
Count Volpe,
But I control you.
the Podesta.
Follow my orders.
Even death imposes rules on Pinocchio in the afterlife.
You will stay here with me.
This theme is challenged by the anti-theme of conformity and obedience, which is represented by the supporting cast who try to mold Pinocchio into their image. Pinocchio disobeys and goes to church, which results in him being punished for his curiosity and forced to go to school. Pinocchio disobeys and misses school, which results in Geppetto begging him to be more like Carlo. Pinocchio disobeys and escapes to join the circus, but Count Volpe controls his life as a mindless puppet. Pinocchio disobeys Volpe and ends up dead again. This conflict of thesis versus antithesis continues up until the climax, where, spoiler alert, Pinocchio's final act of rebellion is to disobey the laws of death to sacrifice himself for Geppetto. I am Italian, so when I was a little boy, Pinocchio was my bedtime story, the theme of our school play, and what we analyze over and over again in literature class. I've seen countless adaptations of this story, but you know what's so special about Guillermo del Toro's film? While most versions focus on Pinocchio becoming a real boy, this one focuses on Geppetto becoming a real father. You see, in most films, your hero learns a lesson and grows throughout the story, discovering the theme. Pinocchio is a great example of a different kind of protagonist. Like Ginger in Chicken's Run or Wall-E, these characters don't change. They embody the theme, and their actions have a ripple effect on the people around them. Geppetto learns to embrace Pinocchio's uniqueness and not to compare him to Carlo.
Hey! Where are you going?
After my son!
Spazzatura finally stands up against Volpe. and Candlewick confronts his father.
I told you to shoot the puppet!
No! I will not let you do this!
It's thanks to Pinocchio that these characters can find a more fulfilling life. Another narrative element that can effectively communicate your theme is the use of symbols and motifs, and Guillermo del Toro is a master at that. A motif can be an image, a narrative device, sound, detail, object, action, or anything that has symbolic significance.
If he's a puppet, where are his strings?
Dialogue can also reinforce your theme.
Who controls you, wooden boy?
Who controls you?
A motif can even become metatextual. In this film, the idea of people behaving as puppets is cleverly reinforced through the art of stop-motion animation, where real puppets are brought to life by animators on set. I had the privilege of witnessing this magical process firsthand while living here in Guadalajara, Mexico. Watching my dear friends pour their hearts and souls into bringing these puppets to life was an incredible experience, and I'm incredibly proud of them. Now that you understand how essential it is to develop your theme, let me leave you with 3 questions to help you discover it. What elements in your story idea resonate with you on a personal level and hold deep meaning and truth? Can you distill these elements into a single clear sentence that presents 2 opposing perspectives? How can you revise your story structure to reflect the conflict between your theme and your anti-theme? Understanding your theme is a challenging aspect of the storytelling process. If you want to dive deeper into this topic and other screenwriting subjects, consider joining our Write for Animation Academy sessions at writeforanimation.com/academy. I look forward to seeing you in our next session. Now keep learning by watching this video. I'm Pietro and this is Write for Animation. Thanks for watching, and now go write something great.